Interview set.
All right, thank you, Tony. Well, we hit triple-digit temperatures, you know that, earlier this week, and with more than a month of summer left, they could make a return visit. And while such heat is uncomfortable for everybody, it's probably especially difficult for expectant moms. Dr. Val Jones of Revolution Health is here with some tips to help pregnant women keep their cool instead of sweating for two. Good morning to you.
Good morning. I'm glad to be here.
I remember being pregnant in the heat of the summer, and you feel like you're in an oven all the time.
Absolutely. It sure is terribly uncomfortable. And you know, it's very timely for us to be discussing this morning because more babies are born in August and September than any other months of the year. So there are a lot of pregnant women out there who are struggling with this heat.
I would certainly think that all of us need to be hydrated, but certainly pregnant women, because they have the added weight of the baby and because they have all the hormonal changes going on and because they're hot.
Absolutely. Well, that's the number one thing that I recommend for women who are pregnant in the summer. When the weather gets hot, be sure to carry a water bottle with you wherever you go. Dehydration can sneak up on you, and you don't realize how severe it is until you get symptoms of nausea, vomiting, dizziness, and muscle cramps. And by that time, it's difficult to replace the fluids that you've lost just by drinking water. You might have to get IV hydration.
You say you should color coordinate, and I would assume that means wear light color clothing.
That's correct. You know, light colored clothing tends to reflect the sun, and so if you are going outside, light colored clothing, especially made of cotton, is your best bet.
Sleep easy? You know, most pregnant women are tired anyway, so you factor in the heat, and they probably do need to get a little more rest when it's really, really hot.
That's right, and it is very difficult to sleep when you're really hot, and so pregnant women often turn down the air conditioning to very low temperatures. I know husbands complain about that quite a bit. They get their parka on while their wife is next to them sleeping comfortably.
We talked about flip-flops before the camera rolled, and a lot of people wear flip-flops, and now we're learning that that's not such a good thing to wear flip-flops for a long period of time, and especially for pregnant women with all that additional weight.
That's right. What's interesting about flip-flops is that although they feel very comfortable, they don't give you any arch support. And when you're pregnant, there are certain hormones that cause your ligaments to relax. So not only do you weigh more, but you have soft ligaments. And so the pressure on your feet can actually stretch them out so that you get fallen arches, and this can become a long-term problem. So I always highly recommend that women wear open-toed shoes, perhaps something like a Birkenstock that has a little bit of arch support. They may not be aesthetically pleasing, but they are good for your health.
Ice your drinks. Instead of maybe having coffee, maybe have iced tea or something that's nice and cooling.
That's right. You can cool yourself from the inside out. You know, if you drink cooler drinks with ice, that helps to get the core temperature down. And of course, water can also be helpful externally as well. So people take cool showers, be in the tub, or perhaps go in the swimming pool. All those things are really helpful. And of course, there are other great tips for staying cool at revolutionhealth.com, where we have an entire pregnancy center full of great information.
And you said one of the other things that pregnant moms should do is kind of limit the kind of chores they're doing, particularly when it's hot. I mean, they can kind of be in that nesting mode where they're trying to get the baby room ready or get the house ready and doing all those kinds of things, but they really need to be selective because it's very easy for them to kind of overheat.
Absolutely. I always recommend that chores are done late in the evening or early in the morning when the temperature is lower. You know, pregnant moms often have kids too, and so you know, trying to think ahead about how you could push off the daily chores into times that are not the temperature is not as hot, and it's really helpfull.
Well, those are great tips. Dr. Val Jones with Revolution Health, and as you mentioned, you've got a website. We'll make sure we put a link to yours on ours, WUSA9.com.
Thank you.
And coming up on 9 News Now.